Hey guys, welcome to Punky's World. Okay. Um, Last night I did a Temu unboxing. Um, I went and got my labs. I have to go back tomorrow and drop off the poop, which I knew, but I also have to bring my Medicare card because apparently, or whatever it is, because apparently it didn't stay in the system. She wasn't going to take my blood. I put it through the Mass Health. Well, I didn't say it like that, but I said, put it through the Mass Health. They'll pay for it. She said, not if your primary insurance isn't in there. Well, I knew they'd pay for it, and they did. Man, I don't know what she hit, but still bleeding. When she first took the needle out, the blood kind of, so I think she actually hit a tiny artery. Not a big deal since I'm not a hemophiliac, but so I have to do a stool sample. I have to have a telehealth with Dr. Kasenji. It's looking a little better. I mean, it's still red and bumpy, and that's at 1 o'clock. So let me. And thank you. Done. Check in viewer. Video visit. Okay, I will do that. That's easy enough to do. Then they'll call me right before. So that's where I'm at. It's been absolutely insane. Plus, one of these days, I've got to walk down to the monument on the corner of Main Street and get a picture. So, I have to do that. I gotta find out what the weather's gonna be tomorrow. I'll have to ask Yoo-hoo. Or look right here. As soon as everything's done loading. There we go. Okay. I want to see what tomorrow is going to do. Tonight, Friday. Oh, that's good. Good. Partly sunny. Okay, good. And it's going to be in the 50s by the afternoon. So when I bring the blood in the morning, it's going to be about the same temperature but no rain. Then in the afternoon, well, I'll go get the picture after I bring the, did I say blood? Poop. And my insurance cards to the lab. And, so that's my plan. You know what I'm going to do with my old rolly cart when I get my new one? going to donate it to the Historical Society because it can definitely be used to cart things around the building, inside. Because it won't matter that one side doesn't close and that it's not in perfect condition. It looks good. It just, one side doesn't close and there's issues with the base. It's hard for me to use for going to the food pantry. However, the one that I picked out, it has the cage, the basket on the bottom, but it also has the little basket on the top that I can put the smaller things in. So, and it folds flat. Flatter even than the one I have. So, like I said, I think that can be useful around the Historical Society, so I'm not going to throw it away, which was my first instinct. That way everyone can use it. If they have stuff they need to bring in, or we have stuff that we need to cart from one area to another, because it's not a small building. It would be great to throw a bunch of stuff for the yard sale in and cart it out, stuff like that. Because it's on wheels. I mean, we have a wagon to do that as well. A little red wagon, but a big red wagon, I should say. But then 2 people can be carting things out. So I'm definitely going to do that. As soon as I'm able to replace it. So that's my plan there. I know I had other things I wanted to talk to you about. Here we go. Ow. Okay. I am not going to the Historical Society on Saturday because, first of all, I think I have poison ivy, and second, my poop is too unpredictable. I'm not of use to anybody if I'm in the bathroom 5 times. So, I have updates on Sebastian and Beckham. Beckham may need his hip surgery early because one of his hips is locking up. It's not moving, and he's screaming. Matter of fact, when he was laying in bed, he was screaming, and that's not like Beckham. They put him down for bed. They might play ball with him a little bit in his bed. And he's usually all smiles. And he plays a little bit, and then he falls asleep. No problem. That wasn't the case that night. So, but he does have an appointment, or had an appointment one day this week with his cerebral palsy specialist. So she'll be able to hopefully figure things out for him. And Sebastian does need surgery on his eye. His mother's more than a little bit frustrated. You could feel her frustration through the screen. And believe me, I was just as frustrated. Because I agree with her. Take out the damn mesh. Otherwise, if you clean it, you drain it, whatever, and the mesh is still in there and the mesh has bacteria on it, guess what? The infection comes back. He had procedures to lift his eyelids, to help him see. He needs it done on the other eye. From what I understood the doctor to say, there is a different procedure with stitches rather than the mesh. So take out the mesh and do that on both eyes. What's the problem? If there's a different procedure that doesn't require the mesh, that is a stitching procedure, do that. So he doesn't have to sit there and hold up his eyelid, which he does do. That's just my opinion, and I know his mother was very unhappy. So I lift them up to the Lord in prayer every night, and I ask you to lift them up to the Lord in prayer. Carl from Otter Creek had a horrible accident 2 weeks ago. where he broke several bones, had internal bleeding, lost a spleen, almost lost his life if another gentleman in town hadn't found him on the side of the road. And then they life flighted him because he was bleeding internally. And they were able to save his life. So, thank the Lord for that. And thank What the Hales for being the person that he is, literally bringing a lazy boy to the town meeting from the schoolhouse for him to sit in to be comfortable with all his broken bones. And all his stitches everywhere. So, of course, the town meeting didn't happen because the vice mayor, who is acting mayor at the moment, was in the hospital because they thought he was having a stroke. Turns out he's got a nerve issue. Thank the good Lord. And the other moron didn't show up. And moron number 2 showed up, but he was recording. But it was only him, the lawyer, and the town clerk, Belinda, that was there, so they didn't have a meeting. Anyway, I want to give you a little sneak peek of Missing May. That's the other thing I wanted to do during this video. Okay. I don't have the whole thing written, obviously, or the whole thing listed out. I need to do my does. I do have 2 updates, which is cool. I won't share those with you, but I'll just kind of go over, because it's all missings. Most of them are young people. Let's see. Okay. I have 2 from Saskatchewan, Canada, 1 from British Columbia, 1 from Ontario, 1 from California. It seems like I get a lot of those. 1 from Arizona, 1 from Florida, 1 from Concord, New Hampshire, and 1 from Townsend, Washington. Actually, it's a lady and her 2 kids. I really wrote his. Anyway, I even have a First Nations. And they range in age from 3 to 20. I have some notes on a dark web mystery box I've been following. I know that the first mystery box that these guys got was a real crime. It had to do with the priests and stuff. So I'm going to put that in my other notebook that I have in the other room that I've been using for and then I've been watching, where is it? Oh, I didn't bring it out here. I didn't like. Oh crap! Did I? Oh, I did. I think. Yep, I did. No, I didn't. That's on my paperwork. And they have puzzles in them. They have word searches. They have words with blanks, letters and blanks, or they give you some kind of, whether it's Scrabble tiles or some kind of chips or something with letters on it that you have to make a word out of. These mystery boxes come off the dark web, so they usually put something gross in every one. The true crime ones are really interesting. But these are interesting too, because there is a puzzle. So I have a notebook that I'm using to solve the riddles. There's GPS coordinates as well that you can put in the computer and it'll tell you where that place is. Do not go to it. But it would be interesting to know where, And it's so funny how he says Kansas, because this guy's in Canada. Kansas. Kansas? Because he didn't know. It's like, that's a state in the United States. Come on now. You're in Windsor, Ontario. You're not that far. I mean, you are far from Kansas, but you're not that far from the United States. As a matter of fact, on the map, you showed us you're right over the border from Detroit, dude. So, and he'll get clocks or different, devices, and the time will be set, but the time won't be the time he's in. Sometimes the date is wrong too, but the time will be the time zone of the person that had it. And what's really neat is even when they put something gross in the boxes, they usually put something like he's gotten 2 brand new iPads, he's gotten a brand new MacBook, he's gotten iPhone, and some outdated technology. I hope someone told him that those tapes were called VHS-C, and you needed what's called an extender to watch them. You should be able to get a VHS-C extender on Amazon or eBay. Definitely get one on eBay, but you should be able to get one on Amazon. And I recommend the battery operated kind, because you literally put it in, close the door, and it does it for you. I had both kinds. The battery operated one was actually made of steel, and it was much better. And it didn't take a lot of juice because the batteries lasted a long time in it. So, I would love to read the comments. I just haven't gotten there. What time is it? Okay, it's 12:20. I've got to go do my poop sample. Not that you needed to know that. And get ready for my appointment at 1 o'clock. And I will update you on that. In the next video, whatever we do. Oh, by the way, that new brand of the stuffed chicken was absolutely horrendous. It was gross. So, I had rice for supper, which is fine because that's part of the bland diet. But it was absolutely nasty. Would not buy it again. And it doesn't come individually wrapped. You have to cook both. And their wrapper is terrible because it was absolutely full of ice. And that's not why it tasted bad. It just didn't taste like real chicken. It was gross. So, just to update you on that. I think we'll probably cook in our next video, and I'll talk to you a little bit about my appointment. So I will see you for that. God bless you. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Please subscribe to both channels. I'm trying to get to 500 on Kid Missing, the main channel, and 200 on this channel by Memorial Day. Bye, guys. God bless you. Mwah.